It is about 8 o'clock, actually, exactly. It's past my bedtime. So I've been getting up at 4:30, but wanted to stream, break up the monotony. I've been sitting at the park riding pretty much all day and dissociating and not super focused, which is not all the dissociation's fault. It's also my responsibility to be more loose and focused, and have been stressing myself for no reason whatsoever, but I always do that. Hey everyone, Angelo, oatmeal eating hobo slime on the bottom of your work boot here because I'm not actually at a job. I'm just slithering along the floor of your warehouse where your pickers and packers are working. I actually, Indeed, they're kind of good. The website Indeed for job searching, I it gave me a listing of how many jobs I applied to last week. I'm like, oh, that's good. I applied to 7. Now I said I applied to more than that, but I also applied to stuff on Craigslist, at least like 2 or 3 jobs on there. And tonight I just applied to like 5 or 6 more. I'm getting a little bit more loose with my standards for a job. It's like, shit, I just need a job. I need no customer service. That is off the table. But warehouse stuff. One, it looked interesting. It's just pulling parts from vans and cars. I'm like, that's cool with me. Recycling plant. I forget if I actually finished with my application to that. Some kind of recycling sorting center. I can't remember because some of them, it's like, one I was sort of interested in applying to, but they make you register on their website to apply. I'm like, oh, screw that, screw that. Another one, a data entry job, and I've done that before in Virginia. Easiest job I've ever had in my life. Um, I had to. I hate it when they ask you to upload a resume, which I did, to not only Indeed, but this company's website, and then they still ask you to fill out your employers. I just said no, skip that section. I feel like that's a trick to see how gullible you are. I put down and I'm typing everything on my phone, and it even says how did I apply on the final PDF where it sums up all your info and says to review it, which I don't. It says it even says applied by mobile. I'm like, come on, you should know I'm not going to type in every job with my little stylus, like tapping away. Um, yeah, hey Ace. Yeah, like tapping away my style. Okay, last job, this, and of course it's just such a hassle and gives me not a headache, but it's just tiring. So I just skip that, put my high school because it won't let you put a college unless you put a degree there. And I'm like, well, I don't have a degree, so I just put my high school. What do I care? You can see it on my. Oh no, wait, you can't see my college on my damn thing because the guy who rewrote my resume took my college off because I didn't graduate. So I guess he thought it didn't look good. Yep, that's right. Break the loop. It's ridiculous when they ask you to write down your job. I feel like it's just a way of testing to see how gullible you are. So I'm going to be like, no, I don't need it that bad. I put, what am I selected salary? Like, what's your desired salary range? I put $17 an hour. I forget what they said they're paying, but I'm like, you need someone who's extremely accurate with your data entry, right? And it's not just that, it's a whole bunch of other stuff they mention there. So I'm like, $17 an hour. That's what you should pay me. And they probably will not hire me or pay me anything. And I applied to what else? A few warehouse jobs. That car parts pulling one seems kind of interesting, and it's in a great area, and it's good hours, like meaning a good time of day. I don't want to work at night. I thought about that some. I'm like, not really, because sleeping in the day is so difficult in the car, and then trying to shower in the day, which I can do. I don't really mind, but it is kind of weird, doing it when more people are around. So I'd rather not do that. By the way, I wondered about this. Why do people make the most annoying fucking sounds when they're like at the park in the bathroom? And I get it, they're washing up and stuff, but they make these sounds like when they're like like scooping up water into their mouth. Like, what are they doing? Use the water fountain for that, anyways. So my butt cheeks have not hit a toilet in a while. They're only using porta potties, plastic porta potties anymore. Um, so. What criteria? I don't know. Whatever I don't know. Do I seem like I have a criteria for what I apply for? I'm just not customer service, relatively close by. I do not apply to anything that even offers a pay range that goes under minimum wage, because if I were to apply, I'd be like, and they're offering a pay range, I'd be like, you can't. Not only would I want to say, nah, I only want minimum wage or more, I'd be inclined to say, you're not supposed to pay people less than minimum wage. So why are you offering that? Like, not just say, no, it's not for me, but also, I got to correct you. You can't do that. So ridiculous that, that they won't, that they offer these like some like $12, $13 an hour, and then $14, $50 an hour. It's like $14.50. It's like, why offer $14.50 if the minimum wage is $15 an hour? What are you trying to do? Like, just skimp with like taking just a tiny bit, keep for yourself? I saw this one Walmart like distribution center or something pays like $18 to $19 an hour. I'm like, holy shit, that's good, but it's like an hour east, and I'm like, doesn't seem like the worst idea in a way. Like, I could just relocate, sort of, just park around there, find places to park. But I didn't apply to it. I'm like, screw it. And I bet I'd have to apply on Walmart's website anyways, and I'm sure it would be a really tough job, which, I'm kind of not averse to getting now, because it's like, this has happened many times where I was seriously worried about how I'd get money. Now is again coming one of those times where I'm like, look, I just need it. Even if I get a week of work and I quit and I get fired, at least I've made enough money to survive for like probably another month off that week. But this is tough. There is some work, and so the thing is, I'm looking on Indeed, and a lot of the stuff I'm looking at is like warehouse. So the thing is, a lot of stuff with deliveries are actually hiring more people because of the shutdown and people not going to stores as much. So there's still the warehouse jobs, and at least it seems like it would be easier to social distance, like at one of them, which is pulling parts from cars. I guess it's like, they pull parts from wrecked cars or something. But at least it would, probably be outdoors. And I got some tools necessary for that. I would get more tools if I needed it. So those are good to have anyways, even though I went through my trauma of never wanting to fix anything on my car again after that incident where I realized I can't properly do oil changes on my car, but I really needed that money anyways, so I'm glad I turned in those parts and the jack stands and got my money back for almost everything except that oil filter wrench that is $8 I won't be getting back. And now I'm just eating oatmeal so constantly. I'm eating oatmeal like twice a day with protein powder scooped into it. I'm trying not to, because every day, no matter what, it's like the money adds up so quickly. Gas. I ran out of shop towels to clean my car. I do want to keep it clean. $7 for a 2-pack of shop towels. And dust gets on my, like, overnight. I can clean it perfectly. The next morning, it's got a layer of dust on it. I won't clean it every day, but I was parking by a construction site today, and there's dust all over the hood of the car. So, I can't be terribly picky about that if I'm broke, but want to keep doing that. I forget, what else did I apply for? It went so quickly. I don't know. I had so much fun. Time flies when you're applying for jobs. But Indeed.com, they have a lot of job listings. Craigslist, man, they do not have much. I'll look on there for film jobs, film gigs, and it's like some days, not at the end of the day, but like earlier in the day, it's like 2 or 3 jobs posted. Before, there would have been like easily at least a dozen, if not more, way more than that. Now it's, some days like 1, 2, 3, 5, not much. And then there's the stuff that I'm not qualified for anyways. Yeah, that's the thing. Not having a dedicated place to use the jack stands, that's something I realized too was going to be an additional problem. Where it's like you need level ground, and then I would need wooden blocks under it. So I'm like, that's not a good idea for me to rush into doing. Yes, I have an opinion on it on Amazon. Chris Smalls, I think that's his name, an Amazon worker who was fired for trying to organize a union. And apparently they were talking about him within the company, and Jay Carney, who is like Obama's press secretary who works at Amazon, and I guess Jeff Bezos, or maybe not Jeff Bezos, I'm not sure, but they were emailing saying, oh, this guy's stupid, whatever. And they fired him for trying to organize a union because they have so many problems there, with not treating employees well, not paying enough, all that stuff. And it was amazing. He said he's fired, but he did an interview on NPR today, and he said, uh, click like everyone, by the way, for my oatmeal addled brain. I'm eating oatmeal because it's dirt cheap at the food bank, and it's really healthy. It's like a superfood. Keeps my cholesterol down. I know it's helping me lose weight, and I feel so full, even though I'm probably way low on calories. After I gained weight eating fucking Daniel's tacos and chicken sliders for the last week or two. And also it's too much money. Man, like, the money is a real worry now. But some of the places I applied to, Indeed even says they typically apply and respond in a day. I'm like, fuck, I'll take it. You know, uh, even if it's not ideal, but if it's warehouse and stuff, if they try and pull a switcheroo on me and say, oh, actually, we want you working the register, I'd be like, no, can't do it. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. But Amazon, yeah, Chris Smalls, he was saying how he created the Congress of Workers or something, or Congress of Essential Workers, and how it's kind of like a place where a bunch of workers can sign up, I guess. I want to look at that and make certain demands. And the demands include, like, at least for Amazon, I don't know if it's for all other companies, but Amazon, they should and they could easily do all this. $30 an hour minimum wage, now that I would apply to Amazon for. Paid medical leave, proper, protective equipment, because he said, he heard that 20,000 people at Amazon got sick with the Trump virus, but he said there's no way it's just that. It's got to be a lot more. And they only pay paid sick leave if you get the Trump virus, and even then it's only a percentage of what you would have gotten, and all kinds of other protections he was talking about. I'm like, this sounds awesome. Oh, and mandate overtime pay if they go over 40 hours a week. So, yeah, if the stuff like that happened, I mean, I hope it works. In a way, I'm not going to make predictions, but I don't believe any of it'll work just because it just never seems to. It's always the way it goes. And things are going to hell fast, but uh, yeah, even those entry-level jobs at film companies, like internships, there's a lot of people trying to get those, and a lot of them are internships that are unpaid, so obviously I cannot afford to do that kind of work. And I would kind of guess, not that it would stop me if I really wanted to apply, that they want younger people, like out of college. They'd look at me and wonder, well, why are you applying for this? It's kind of weird. No, police never knocked on my window. I did have a security guard once knock on my window. It was when I was in a really rich area of LA. No, it wasn't even LA. It was like 60 miles south or something for a film shoot. It was actually before I slept in that mansion that I was shooting in, or I was in a shoot that was there. And then I was able to sleep in the mansion, but along with a lot of the other cast and crew. But yeah, that was the only time, and it was annoying, but whatever, shit, it was, yeah. And that ironically, it was 7 in the morning when he did that. Now I wouldn't let that happen. I'd go to sleep much earlier and get up early so they don't bother me. But where I'm sleeping now, there's literally within a few feet of me other people sleeping here every night. So, not a problem. And I'm more worried about not necessarily police, but if police are looking for someone around here, that can be scary. And I've gotten a little bit, worried about it. And I did wake up to a police chase once on foot on the other side of a small industrial road one morning shortly after I came to LA. That was scary because I heard the cop yell, "I've got lethal." And so he was getting ready to shoot a guy, and thank goodness the guy dove under a car from what it sounded like. But I could not get back to sleep after that. That was like 4 in the morning. And I like being on a little road like that, industrial road by myself. I can't believe I used to sleep in so much, though. That was miserable. Now I would never do that. But it was nice being on that quiet little road, feeling like no one else is there. But it was that and the other time when I slept on a road like that when someone crashed into my car that I realized, oh, it's actually more dangerous to sleep on these roads because you are by yourself out here, basically. If anything messed up happens, it's more likely to happen out here. So now I try to just sleep in more populated areas where I know other people are doing it. And I cannot stand the idea of renting from anybody. I don't care how much money I make. I just cannot stand it. I cannot stand a landlord not having to fill out an application for me. I fill out an application? Okay, you got to fill out my application now. Oh, you don't want to? You must want a sucker. Click like, everyone. Helps the video out. Helps the channel survive. Me survive, really. And it helps YouTube spread the channel with your engagement. Oh, excuse me. My allergies are slightly acting up. Yeah, I was kind of frustrated with my writing today. I did get some done, but I realized I was getting a little sloppy because my mind I'm dissociated today, it's distracted, and I don't know. I put so much stress on myself for no reason when I'm like, this should be the least stressful time for me in a way. There's nothing I need to get to other than, the money issue and jobs, but there's no obligations, there's no events to go to. I'm just sitting around all day at the park. I got the bathroom right there with the porta potty that were just cleaned. And I didn't have to take a dump today, and I'm not eating much, that's for sure. I feel shitty. I gained weight after I lost like 20 pounds. And so now I'm on the path to losing weight again. By just basically every day, I have my set routine of what I eat. I got a bag of apples from the food bank. Apples keep for a while. So I had an apple for breakfast, worked out, had oatmeal with protein powder, and then I had the hemp powder separately with water. Went to the park. I had a Kind bar, a little pouch of tuna, herring. Oh, my voice cracked up. And then after a while after that, I'll be kind of full for a while, and then I'll maybe take a nap, then go back to my car, eat a little cup of jasmine rice I get from the food bank that I put in my back window. It's heated up, 280 calories. I'll eat some peanut butter. This peanut butter tastes damn good, though. I've never seen this before. The food bank just got it. I'm going to go back get some more. Called Once Again peanut butter with a raccoon on it. This stuff actually tastes good, and it says no sugar, or no added sugar, 2 grams of sugar, and no salt added. That's good. I was having too much salt on my rice with my Creole seasoning. I do miss having potatoes. Those are another superfood that are really healthy and low calories. But then I'll have that peanut butter, another apple, and then in the evening I'll have some more peanut butter and just very little bit, and another half a cup of oatmeal or so with another scoop of protein powder. Not a lot of calories, and it keeps me full. And I'm actually not even interested in the idea of eating chicken or tacos or anything now. Like I said, writing was okay. It's just, I got like 4 pages written, and I want to write a little more. I don't know. I put so much pressure. Here's the thing. Sidney Lumet said this, the famous director. He directed, if you don't remember, 12 Angry Men, Failsafe, Murder on the Orient Express, The Wiz, The Pawnbroker, I believe, Prince of the City, Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, Running on Empty, forgot about that one, Find Me Guilty, not Bringing Out the Dead. Martin Scorsese did that. Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. I've read his book, Making Movies, 2 or 3 times. He said, making movies, it's like being an athlete. You have to be loose or you're going to have injuries. I was not loose enough to allow the ideas to flow. I've learned that. I need to be loose. I was kind of tense. I did get, like I said, 4 pages of writing done, but I'm like, these are kind of, I'm getting too tense, and when I do that, the ideas get restricted and constricted. I need to be loose and let the ideas emerge and pop up. I don't know why today. I was just too tense. I was too stressed. I put so much pressure on myself needlessly. So I got to remember my just exercises mentally to be loose and all that. And also just change up my, whatever thing. Yeah, baked potatoes are damn good. I don't know. I've heard white or russet potatoes are really healthy. Well, thanks, but about the weight gain comment, but I don't feel good gaining this weight. Just I don't feel good at all. I have all this fat on my stomach and my face, but was Sylvester Stallone really homeless? I never know what to believe about these Hollywood myths. Was he really homeless? Smells like a lot of weed now. Was he really homeless when he wrote Rocky? I don't know, break the loop. I can't. Here's the thing. Don't trust people who comment on, oh, I'm good at this or whatever, until they have results. I think I see the weed smoker driving by. But, not that I don't have an awareness of some weaknesses and strengths. It's just that, I know nobody needs or wants to hear about it, and I don't need to hear myself hear about it until I have results. So for now, it's just keep working, do what I can. I wish I could sit down and read screenplays. That's what I was doing before. It is the best exercise I can ever have for screenwriting. I learned so much so quickly from that. And right now I can't really read screenplays unless I were to spend a lot of money and physically buy them, like buy physical copies. So, limited on that, and yeah, it just feels like a vice, in me and squeezing me and stuff with my dissociative disorder. I'm still dissociating. Click like, everyone. Helps me out. Also, I'm really happy about this. I didn't get to reading this at all again. I was so tense today, I couldn't just loosen up and be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Just write this, keep writing, doing this. But I got this book, Carl Sagan, The Demon Haunted World, Science is a Candle in the Dark. Really glad to work on my skeptical or critical thinking abilities and get a little science knowledge. It's been long overdue since I got into that stuff. And I think I read Cosmos in 2012, and it was really unfortunate. I was reading it, and I brought it on my trip to Atlanta, and I started before I had my major relapse of depersonalization, derealization, and then I got it real bad, and I was desperate to feel better, and I finished reading it, and it helped a little to read, but it was just a horrifyingly painful time, thinking my life was ending with this disorder, like I was going to be trapped and possibly live to an old age with lots of illnesses and chronic conditions because I couldn't take care of myself, and in excruciating pain and disability. It took 9 months to get through all that, and now this is still taking 11 months, and I'm still going through it, and it's obviously nowhere near as bad as last time, but it's still scary and kind of inhibits how I can function, and it'd be nice if the pandemic wasn't going on so that I could reintegrate into my life more, be around people. I think all that stuff helps stimulate recovery, but hey, that's all right. I'm doing the best I can. Most important thing, stay alive, don't get the Trump virus, and be well. And I gotta lose this weight. Oatmeal is really healthy, and I know I gotta manage my cholesterol. I have no idea where it's at right now. You can feel the fat on my stomach. I know I've lost weight in the last 2 days now. I've been good about just eating healthy, and I guess I should pick up some more herring from the grocery store from Vallarta tomorrow. Man, I parked by this construction site. Holy shit, my car is covered in dust after it was looking so clean like 3 days ago. and walking around a lot at the park. Really, I just walk a lot because I gotta walk far to go to my car and back. So it's kind of good to do anything. I gotta walk to the porta potty. And it's nice because a lot of times there's like one or two other people at the park, but even I'm getting a little tired of it, but it doesn't matter. Gotta keep doing it. It's a good place to work at. I don't want to do it at the nearby park. It's fucking stressful. The bathroom sucks. It's just a sketchy place where people act fucking weird. There's one weirdo playing. Oh, today another weirdo. This morning just fucking tweaking and stuff, walking past me. I'm like, oh shit. He's walking past me. Then he walked past me again as he did that, and he was walking by a narrow area where it's like he could have easily walked this wide path. And this is like 6:30 in the morning, still dark out. So I walked around away from him into the open area so he could go through. And then I hear him, he's walking among these cars in the parking lot, just screaming, "Daddy! Mommy! Hey! Hey!" I'm like, holy crap. This is so fucking sketchy. And even during the day, it's not as bad, but it's still a little weird. There's one guy who plays basketball. He's got some kind, I swear, I don't know. I wonder if I think he's maybe been to prison and that like warped his mind or something. Because it's so annoying. He acts like a dog, literally, when I walk by him when he's playing basketball. By himself, he's just, shooting hoops. I'll walk by and I don't even have to be nearby. I can just be like 70 feet away walking by, and he's like, like he wasn't doing that before I was walking by. So all this shit, getting fucking weird. I appreciate it when it's just people sleeping at the park. I'm not watching movies on my phone, but thanks for the recommendation. Maybe when I'm on a computer again, I'll get Tubi. It would be nice to work somewhere indoors, so possibly I would have the option of just hanging around and like charging my phone. Well, I could maybe charge my phone anyways, but spending time after hours like on my laptop there, if it's possible anywhere. At a warehouse, I'm doubting that, but if it was at a film production studio, which there's lots of them, not just the big ones, but like little post-production places, whatever, all kinds of other places, animation. It would be nice to be able to work on my laptop and be safe, distant from people. I don't want to be like in the employee break room on my laptop where people are taking off their masks to eat. Yeah, I don't have internet on my laptop. And also I don't have a place to plug in my laptop. And I don't have a place to watch stuff on my laptop. And I need to keep writing and doing work right now and not watch movies. Because I don't have enough money to be anywhere where I can watch a movie. I did apply rapid fire to a couple jobs tonight, and it said a lot of them they'll reply in a day. So I'm like, there you go. I need something fast, like majorly. It is nice and cool out now tonight. It's been a little hard to sleep for a few nights, but when it's cold, I much prefer sleeping in the cold air. It's a little stressful showering, but it's never really a problem. It's just stressful when I'm thinking about getting up to shower, doing it at the trunk of my car in the street, but it's not bad at all. I don't mind it. Just get up, get moving. And so I have my oatmeal twice a day in my little red thermos. A lot of the oatmeal packs or boxes, or whatever you call them, cartons at the food bank, they're only there because like the container got crushed at the top, and so the lid had to be taken off and it's taped up. Well, I just take the tape off, take the lid off the old jar of oatmeal that I had, put it on the new one. So that's how I keep getting oatmeal cheap. College, yeah, I went to college like last time I was in college, like over 13 years ago. So no, a college ID won't work. I would like to go to the AFI, American Film Institute, because I worked on several short films there, and including with the asshole who was like yelling at people and stuff and acting like a condescending prick to people. But most people there were really nice. Everyone else there was except him. And they had like plenty of areas where you could just, like I showed up early one day. I forget why, because the library was closed maybe. I forget if it was a holiday or something. But I just showed up there to get on my laptop and edit a video there. Because I was going to be working later that day on a film set. And they had good catered lunches and everything, man. They really did stuff like pros, even though, one of the crew workers was saying there, yeah, they don't have a lot of money in the program. We have to put our own money into the production, stuff like that. I don't know. I don't get it. The whole film production expense thing is tough. But I'm also like, why build sets? Why don't you shoot stuff on the street? I get it. It's because you want to do stuff with the set. To me, it's just like, oh, this is what I have is the street, and even for the movies I'm writing, it tends to orient that way, even though I can tell if one of them goes the way I'm thinking, it would be very expensive, or unless the technology makes it a lot cheaper, pretty expensive. What do you mean? There I go. What did I find? I didn't discover anything. I can't really take classes now. I need to make money quick, or I'm not going to be able to pay my cell phone. Forget, I won't even make it till next month to pay my cell phone and car insurance bill. I just mean paying my gas and food. I don't know what I'll do for all that. Collect recycling. There's already a lot of people who collect all the recycling bottles and stuff. Recycle that. I ain't doing any of that delivery shit. Yeah, you make like an average $3 an hour or something. Oh, my film is huge. I applied to Indeed said I applied to 7 jobs last week. I applied to, I don't know, 2, 3 more on Craigslist. And maybe not, I don't know. But I know I applied something. And tonight I applied to I think 5 or 6 more. I just like that with age and with not having rent to pay, I can be more honest with employers. I can be like, yeah, I'm not going to risk my safety for doing certain things. Employer pays me for a month, I'll have enough money for 3 months to live. Fart Patrol. Oh, hello, Color Sock. I don't know if I remember you. I think I might remember you from live streams, like when I moved into my car, I guess. Yeah, but Fart Patrol, I don't know. I'm a good farter, but that's a whole different level of mastery. And of course, that freaking guy at the job placement center, he hasn't called me back for anything, doesn't tell me anything. I have to be on his ass to get any help from him, and now all he's going to do is just send me jobs from Indeed anyways, because they didn't tell me that the sanitation job requires that you be on unemployment payments to get it. Didn't bother telling me for a freaking 6 weeks I was trying to get that job. I could have been looking for something else. Thinking, oh, I'm pretty much guaranteed this job. Indecent expulsion? What is that, like taking a dump? But no, I'm not doing security anymore. I'm not the kind of person who should be doing security. That's it. Yeah, how many indecent exposures are there going on around here? You're saying that's what I'm looking out for if I'm a security guard? I would think it's more like, break-ins or people drunk hanging around or doing drugs. Another guy who was obvious, he had a drug problem. He started coming up to me at the park, and I'm wondering why he's coming so close, saying something to me, and I turn around, I'm getting ready to grab something, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, oh, okay, he probably thought I had drugs or something, because I got my backpack and stuff laid out on the table. He must have thought I had some to share or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Security jobs can be cushy. I knew this one guy. He was another kind of I don't know, big complainer. I call him, big whiner. But who worked a job, he said, watching security footage, basically monitoring security cameras. He's like, it's great. I just sit there and I can read books or whatever. So, yeah, that can be easy. Yeah, I always got stories of guys hooked on drugs in parks because they're around a lot, including the guy this morning who was like tweaking past me at like 6:30, screaming "mommy" and "daddy." But yeah, LA's a different world. I smell more shit. It doesn't smell like weed necessarily. It just smells incredibly shitty, like burning rubber. Oh man. I haven't even paid attention to it. I don't think it's been going off now for like an hour and a half. I don't know how long before I started this live stream. This car alarm was going off every 3 minutes for like an hour and a half. Excuse me. But every day just got to get up, keep moving, move around. And the other thing is, if I didn't want to drive the several miles to the really nice park that I go to with the porta potties, if I wanted to stick around at the one closer by, that the bathroom is closed 22 hours of the day, I'd have to spend, even though I'd spend less on gas, I'd spend more on water bottles because I'd have to piss in water bottles all the time. So that might very well be more expensive than driving, and I like the drive a little bit. I get on the freeway, it helps the engine run better. I think the engine's running smoother now because, as Scotty Kilmer says, it cleans out some of the carbon buildup when you can get to higher speed for a while, and it's just less wear on the car. So I did have to cap off the oil. I guess it is burning a little oil, the car, but it is time for an oil change right about now. But maybe I'll wait another week, see if I can get a job first. Yeah, I mean, security guard, I'm sure when it's, things are, I don't know. I mean, I only have my own experience I can talk about from being a bouncer. And, it's mostly boring, mostly just standing around and just not dealing with major stuff, just dumb stuff. Like, oh, somebody's drunk, they're trying to dive over a handrail, or, somebody's, they're spilling their drink or throwing up, or, they're trying to bother someone, and for a while it was kind of like creepy for me to be working when I worked, because the busy nights on weekends I would work with a coworker, and that was nice. Like Sundays, I would work by myself. Those were, for a while, like the creepiest nights because the street was empty. I'm like, man, I feel alone out here. Like, no backup. And sure enough, that was when a lot of the crazy stuff happened to me. I got sucker punched by two guys. All kinds of stuff. There was a while where it was like every single Sunday something was going on, where it's like somebody was doing something wild, somebody was high in the bathroom, somebody, that stuff didn't happen too much, drugs, at least that I noticed, but um, you know, somebody's acting weird, somebody's trying to come in and they're drunk already. Somebody wants to argue with me at the door because they're underage or they don't have ID. It's all kinds of stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, just not my scene. After a while, I realized it was not for me. It took me a while, 5 years, but it's not. It wasn't the worst thing. I met a lot of cool people there. Um, had a lot of good experiences. It did pay decently. That's one thing. That owner, unlike the other bars I worked at that paid $10 an hour, the owner there paid $15 an hour. Only job I've ever had that paid that much ever. And minimum wage in Virginia is like federal minimum wage, I think, like $7.25 an hour, which $7.25 an hour is like nothing. You're practically paying to go to work at that wage. But yeah, it was paid well. Didn't have to clock in. No company meetings. No quarterly reviews. All that crap that I did at every other job I had. Where they're like, oh, yeah, okay, here's your review. Well, you could be more of a friendly person, Angelo, but we're going to give you a 25-cent an hour raise. Uh, but yeah, it was cool to have while it lasted. Hey, Snow Dog. Last time I saw Shoe Nice was in the videos I made with him, and he's a funny guy, charismatic guy. Seems like he's having his troubles last I checked, so that's all I know. I haven't talked to him or seen him in a while. Well, the job, you learn how to deal with people a lot, yeah, at the job. So just in general, you learn more about talking to people and how to approach them, and especially with problems where it's like you're the outsider going in to the clan or the tribe there. It's like you can't be like coming in acting all brazen, like telling people what to do. A lot of times you have to like get someone who can be the ambassador. It's like, hey man, they're your friends, can you say something to them? They're not going to listen to me. Stuff like that. I never punched a guy in the sack who gave me trouble. I did squeeze a guy's nuts, my brother, when he got on my back and choked me. And he was still giving me orders of what to do. And you can look up that video, whatever it is, brother versus brother attack over juicer or something on my channel. And he was convicted for that. And that was literally the day I moved out of my parents' house. But no. Try not to hurt people too bad on the job, because you never know when a punch can kill someone. It happens. One guy got punched at my job. I wasn't working there that night, but he went into a coma for like 3 weeks. He got punched and he fell and his head hit the ground. Yeah, he assaulted me. He's a violent, racist abuser. And he was convicted of assault and battery. He faced a felony charge for strangulation, and that got dropped in exchange for a no contest plea. But he tried to insist the whole way up to the actual court date that I was a threat to him and that I was a danger. Well, I had the entire thing on video, so whatever he told his lawyers, I'm sure they told him, yeah, you can't say that with the video. I don't know if LA is really the hardest place job-wise right now. I mean, yeah, it's hard in a lot of ways because you've got to drive sometimes a long way to a job, but just the fact that there's so many businesses here, it would seem like to me there's a lot more jobs than if I was in Virginia. There's just not as many places to work, and a lot of the places to work I was in no way qualified for. They're government work or government contractors. Like half the employees in Northern Virginia are government contractors. It's great work, it sounds like, a lot of the time, if you can get it. All those fucking people are rich, and the guys I knew in college who stuck with that stuff, computer science, they were working for the Department of Defense, making, so much money, doing nothing their first year, and then $6,000 a year annual raises. Yeah, they're doing great. And I was working shit jobs, washing cars, and I don't know, being a bum. Yeah, Amazon might be an automatic hire. I don't know. I mean, I'd still be open to it. Yeah, I guess if I was truly desperate, if I hear from no one this week, I might be like, well, fuck it. Take it to Amazon, you know, and at least get some money, even if I fucking despise it. Because, yeah, if I need, but I'll see. I'll wait this week. It's the beginning of the week. What day is it? Monday? I'm totally losing track of the days now. Because it's not like I'm watching TV. I don't keep track that way. I'm not going to any regular events anymore. Every fucking day is like Groundhog's Day. Just get up, go to the park, or shower, go to the park, exercise, drive, maybe go to the food bank or the grocery store, and then go to the park and just write all day and take a nap on the bench and walk 3/4 of a mile to my dust-covered car and eat in there. Well, yeah, now it smells like I'm in someone's fucking dirty shoe. Um, well, I want to see after this week. I still have like at least a week before I truly am desperate, and even then, really almost like 2 weeks. But yeah, I know even everything adds up. Today I didn't spend any money. No, I did get I forgot I did eat a egg, bacon, the really cheap breakfast sandwich from Jack in the Box. That's like $2.50 or whatever. And it's only like 380 calories. I did get that because I was so damn hungry this morning. And I wanted something like cooked. But yeah, I'm trying to just save as much money as possible and not even spend anything. And I found a wet dollar I picked up in the field at like 6 this morning from the sprinklers spraying it. So I'm like, sweet, I'm taking that. That's true, Chicken Chad. Part-time Amazon jobs, just 2 days a week. Yeah, I know. It's shitty for someone who needs a lot of work, but for me, I'd be like, oh, that's perfect. I can survive on that because I have very low expenses. Chicken Chad, yeah, I like what you're saying, but you'd be a great guy to have on a roster to start a union. Not much to lose. True. Get to tell an employer to F off if they try and intimidate you over it. True. However, knows how to squeeze ball sack for combat defense. Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of places they'll just fire you if they think you're trying to start a union. Look at Chris Smalls from Amazon. I just heard an interview with him today. The guy he's talking about the company, they were emailing within like the higher ups of the company. I forget if Jeff Bezos was included, calling him stupid and saying, talking about what to do about him. And they fired him, and they gave other reasons. They said, oh, he disregarded Trump virus safety procedures. Yeah, right. Oh, it's the first company ever to fire a union organizer for reasons totally unrelated to the union. But that's what Jay Carney said, Obama's former press secretary who now works at Amazon. But he was interviewed on NPR, and he said he's formed this like Congress workers, essential workers union or something, which is like, I forget if anyone can join or how it works, because is it for every company or just Amazon? But he said they're demanding like $30 an hour minimum wage, which that, hell yes. Full medical care, dental, vision, all that stuff, paid vacation, overtime pay, proper safety equipment. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing about union organizing, I really don't have a fucking clue how to do it. You got to know what you're doing. So yeah, you can have all the nerve in the world to do it, which I don't. But then you have to, because I thought about that vaguely at my old job at the bar, but I knew right away there's no point in asking my coworkers because they would not be happy with that. They'd be like, "No, it's fine. I make good money, as a bartender or a server." So I'm not, even though a lot of them worked at second jobs. So it's like nobody would have joined with me on that to form a union. Absolutely no one. And we all know how awkward it would have been to face our boss saying that. You know, it would have been extremely uncomfortable. Amazon, less so, I guess, because it's not like a small company. So it's like, hey, even the manager, they don't give a shit about you either. So you may as well join us, you know? And Jeff Bezos, I'd have nothing to be embarrassed by talking to him saying, you absolutely should pay us $30 an hour. Yeah, I don't know, Chicken Chad. I mean, I really don't know. Maybe. I'd think about it. I'd consider it. Well, thanks, Chicken Chad. I mean, I don't know. I'm not super dedicated to, like, any cause personally. I don't know. It just takes too much out of me for it. And also, I'd obviously not be a lifelong worker. So I don't know if I'd be a good, symbol, or I don't want to be a symbol, but, of someone trying to get union work, and I don't know. It's a whole mess. Yep, Americans certainly have. Yeah, and the workers themselves would resist being in a union. Because they're like, no, I like my job, or I like the flexibility, or I like this or that. Why do it? Why join a union? You truly need people who are fed up to start a union. Because companies know how to just get rid of everyone. Now, Amazon, they have had strikes where people would just go on strike and shut down facilities. That's great. But again, when you're talking about people who need the job, who are scared about losing the job, I don't know how effective you are. Me, yeah, obviously, if I got a little money, I'd be like, I don't give a shit. Whatever. If I make any money at a job, all of a sudden I'm ahead because of my low expenses, even though it's still expensive to live right now. Shit, it'd be nice to have a fucking cooked meal that's nice. Oh my eyes. And I was thinking about what food to get when I get to my goal weight, which I got further away from last week. I was thinking maybe instead of the French toast IHOP breakfast, maybe like an actual meal, not like a fucking huge dessert thing. So maybe like Fat Burger. I've seen that place, never been inside. Maybe try Fat Burger, something there, or Carl's Jr. Some big burger meal instead of just French toast and stuffed with cream cheese and all that. So I really don't like all that stuff. Too much sugar and everything. What time is it? 8:54. It's like 10 hours past my bedtime. Yep, that's right, Chicken Chad. Yeah, the way people get hired, it's terrible too. I mean, I was applying to somewhere tonight. I skipped right past when I applied. I put my resume on Indeed.com, so the employer got it once there. Then you go to their website, you have to submit your resume again. Okay, I attached it again on my phone. Then they put you through all the pages where they say put your schooling experience. So I just put high school, because if I put college, they ask you for your, did you get a degree or diploma? That's it. They don't give you another choice of saying not completed. So I'm like, well, I got my high school diploma. That's all I can say. So I just put high school. Even though I went to 4 years of college, I didn't graduate. And then they ask for job experience. I'm like, hell no, skipping this. I still put the application in, but I feel like that's a joke to, like, see how gullible you are or see how malleable you are. Like, why would I put it if it's in my resume? You don't need it. So that's a nice thing about not having rent to pay and stuff, and also just being a little older, knowing, oh, I like worrying before, oh, it's going to trail me forever if I have a bad, experience with an employer. They're not going to give me a good recommendation. I realize that most employers don't care about that. They don't want to follow up, at least for the jobs I'm applying for. Yeah, if I was applying for work, high level stuff, yes, they definitely want to check references. This stuff, they don't give a damn. So, yeah, it's just nice to be like, well, no, I'm not doing that. Or the assessments they give, like, would you take a shortcut? Would you say this to the manager? I'd be like, I'll do whatever the safe procedure is, because I'm not rushing anything for your company to make more money. So I don't care. And that may have been what they were looking for on this one thing. The equipment, the parts puller from this vans, cars, trucks, whatever job, they were asking questions like that, like if your coworker makes a big spill on the assembly line, which I didn't understand. Why is it a warehouse question? It was all warehouse questions, even though it was pulling parts from cars. What should you do? And it gave options like stop everything and clean up, even though we're going to be behind on an order for a customer. Just clean around everyone, put up a wet floor sign, or just call in maintenance to clean it up. I'm like, shut everything down. That was like my answer for everything. Oh, your coworker needs to get on a ladder to reach something, but she can't do it unless she's on the very top rung, which she's not supposed to do. What do you do? There were 3 unsafe options, and then the 4th one is stop until you find a ladder that's high enough. So that's what I pick. So there's no even dilemma for me for any of that stuff now. Yeah, and then they want me to link my LinkedIn profile too, which is like nothing on there. I don't even see Carl's Jr. commercials, so I don't know. What does that mean? Take a poop in my ass? Take a poo-poo in my choo-choo train? Or what's... I thought that my train tunnel is my ass, isn't it? What the hell? Why'd you delete Chicken Chad's comment? I wanted to see it. I bet you take a stinky doo-doo all the time with chubby poo-poo trails. That's not offensive. Oh, is that... He was speaking nicely before. I don't know if he's been trolling me. I don't mind those comments. I want to view the deleted comment on the other one. Oh, the stuff about poop? I don't mind that. Room for growth. I wanted to pay... I mean, if I say to, yes, then delete his comments. But I want to pay €7.55 for 40 hours a week. You laugh them off the phone. Now, see, for here, that'd be a lot. Okay, €7.55, that's at least like $800 or something. 800 times 4... 2,400. Not a lot of money, and yet it's a lot of money, Yeah, 2,400 a month. Let's just make it even. 2,500 a month times 10 months, 25,000 plus 2 more, 30,000. Yeah, in America, $30,000 is not a lot of money to live on. For me, it would be by far the most money I've ever made in a year. But overall, yeah, it's not a lot of money. Like a good paying job for like a single person, I don't know what, at least $40,000-$50,000, because just things get so expensive. Because yeah, then you have that amount of money, but you'll either be stuck renting a room with roommates like your fucking 23-year-old, or you rent an apartment. That right there takes up half your income. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. This is what life is all about. I'm stuffing myself with oatmeal. It's healthy. It fills me up with low calories. It's got a lot of vitamins. I double checked it the other day. And very importantly, it's good for my cholesterol. I hope my cholesterol is under control. That is a scary thing to heart disease. But I eat cholesterol. I eat oatmeal every single day. And lately I'm eating it twice a day because it's cheap and healthy. And like I said, it fills me up. I take vitamin supplements. I got some cheap ones at CVS, so like vitamin B, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, echinacea. Yeah. And the zinc and vitamin C I take for my immune system. Just in general, I don't know if it really protects against the Trump virus, but whenever I got a cold before, if I started taking that, it would immediately make it go away. So I haven't had a major cold for like 5 years. So lately I'm just taking that just to be safe, like because I'm not eating a ton of food and a ton of the right foods and everything, and I'm living in my car, so I have even less of a I don't have a good place to recover from a sickness if I get sick. Being in my car sucks when I'm sick. I got that bad flu last January. And, I kind of wonder, was it the Trump virus when I was sick then? Because I was badly sick for a couple days. I don't know. They gave me a flu test. They said it was the flu, so, maybe that was it. But there's no way to tell. Other than I read an article, or I didn't read the article because it was behind a paywall. Wall Street Journal had an article saying the Trump virus was actually in America before we thought. So, I don't know. Who knows? The Trump virus is actually its new name. The old one they called it, that is obsolete. The Trump virus is updated to be more accurate, to reflect the fact that Trump personally spread it to people, and he's also totally careless and reckless about people's lives, and as we heard today, is just basically cursing Dr. Fauci. And not that he's great or anything, or but at least he is somewhat concerned about this, and he totally has contempt for the safety measures of the Trump virus. So it's actually called the Trump virus now. That's an update to be more accurate about the labeling of it. Staffing agencies, yeah. Well, I'm trying to work with a job placement company, and they're full of shit, and they didn't do anything to help me, and I wasted 6 weeks trying to apply for a job. I thought it was a sure thing, and then they say, oh, I don't know why they told you to do that, or why you did that, because you need unemployment payments to get that job. You need to be getting unemployment for it, because they were trying to get the job to people who were losing work because of the Trump virus. I'm like, nobody ever told me that. So no one told me for like 6 weeks. I would have never bothered trying to apply for that. So now I'm desperate to get something quick. I'm lucky I got a few little paid jobs the last few weeks, very few film, and doing a little help at Sunspace before it closed. But now it's crunch time. Let's go. Mush. Get a job. No, I don't scrap metal for money. I don't feel like it. Yeah, I don't care what Joe Rogan says. He's a shithead. Yeah, Agrippa, I can't imagine what it's like to look at our country and see how utterly catastrophic our response to this is. You got it, Chicken Chad. It's Angelo. Okay, I don't accept racist conspiracy theories here, Ronnie, so you're on notice. But no, I don't bother. I know some people, I've heard of people, making hundreds of dollars recycling metal and scrap metal stuff, because California, they pay for that, but I don't know, I don't feel like it. I feel like those guys got to walk around all day digging through the trash to get that stuff. I don't fucking feel like doing that. So. scraping them. I'm trash. I'm scraping up myself off the bottom of somebody's work boot onto the camera. So this is, and I do make some money on YouTube, so this is, a way for me to help me survive. No, I wouldn't do Uber. This car has 180,000 miles on it. It's too old for Uber, and where the hell am I going to put a customer if it's full of my stuff? And I just don't want to. But yeah, the response here is just catastrophic. I'm scared of getting it down the line, the Trump virus. Trump is deliberately provoking, this like bad faith, malintent on his supporters, or in his supporters, to hate people, distrust them, distrust voters, to distrust masks, distrust safety measures, distrust science. It's such a shame that there are plenty of people who, probably the majority, who oppose this, but because, I don't know if people outside of America realize this, or a lot of Americans don't realize it, I'm sure. The votes, even though, we don't even have direct, the representation with a vote goes to count towards the presidency, it's not even just that the Electoral College, kind of skews the votes. It's that the votes of each state, they're not just counted and given to the Electoral College. They're actually go by each district in the state. And the districts are drawn in a way that mostly favors Republicans. So you'll see a big district that gets, plenty of polling places to vote at, so they don't have to wait long, usually white and rich, where you look at the map, and the district map, it looks so... Here, I'll draw it like an example. You would think a district, it would just be something simple, like this. Like a district. Here we go. District. Whatever. You've seen the shape of states. You can imagine, You'd think they would have simple shapes like this, almost like certain states. They're just basic shapes. That's not what districts look like. That's not how they're drawn. They're drawn in order to heavily weight them in favor of Republicans. It's called gerrymandering. It's named after a politician from like 150 years ago who started it. Something like that. But here's how a district might look. Something like wild like this. Like you see how, well, why aren't the people in here, all here, covered in the district? A lot of times it's because they're poor, urban, black, brown people. A lot of that'll be cut out. So these people won't necessarily have as much access to polling places where you can vote, drop off your ballot. They won't necessarily be able to get off work, and they have to commute farther to work and to get to the polling place in time. And here, and this, by the way, it affects like how the services go to each district. The districts are counted up and they're weighted and stuff, and that goes to the electoral college. It's a ridiculous situation. Oh, hey, Chris Stecker. Hey, glad to see you here. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Everybody, That's Hulk Kid. That's Chris, who makes the Hulk Kid videos with Hulk Mom, my mom. So, yeah, Chris, good to see you here. Check it out. I'm applying for jobs lately, trying to lose weight. I've been watching your Instagram videos. Haven't been watching the YouTube videos as much, but, you know, keep it up. Keep doing stuff. Yeah, I know it's a challenge right now. Hopefully I'll just hear back from one of these jobs I applied to soon and get something, because the job I was applying to completely fell through, and it was their fault at this job placement company. So now I just need something quick. Can't really be too picky about it. Um, yeah, 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 Chris. I know the long hair. It looked better. I think it was just so uncomfortable. And not only that, it took a lot more water to wash. And I shower in the street, you know, with water bottles. It took longer to dry. It was a hassle to comb it. And then it would, like, I didn't like how it touched my neck and stuff and got in my eyes. And then what was really annoying, when I would wear my mask and have my hoodie on, and say like a fire truck was driving by on the street and it's really loud, I want to put my earplugs in, and I had my thick gloves on, it was a huge hassle to try and get my hair out of the way with my mask on to try and put the earplug in my ear. So this is just more comfortable. Man, this is so much nice. This is luxury to me, just having short hair, buzzed hair. Click like, everyone, helps the video out. But yeah, people deny science in this country. You know, they're raised to, like, think science is just like, well, it's just one idea. Like, here's evolution and here's creationism. They're like evolution, even in public schools. You know, they push the Bible and stuff. They'll push that evolution. Well, you know, it's just a theory. Like, it's just an idea. And people really have a built-in prejudice against science as being somehow something that's manipulated and something from elites, and that has no, you know, effect on them, or it doesn't help them, even though they want the benefits of scientific research and inquiry. They want to use their smartphones and drive on paved roads and get processed foods, and, you know, use the internet, and get the best medicine. You know, have the best, the finest homes. But man, people, it really is like, it's hard to explain what a culture is. I mean, what a culture is. What a culture of science denial and rejection that we have, because people are taught that secularists and scientists hate religion, hate God, hate conservatives, and want to attack you and ruin your life. And most people have no idea what they're talking about regarding that. And it really is like 40% of the country believes that the earth is like 6 to 10,000 years old, and that human beings first came about like 6 to 10,000 years ago. Totally ignorant. But that's just part of our culture, you know. It's such a big part of America. How do you overcome that? You know, it takes time and instruction, and people don't want to hear it. Thanks, Chris. I don't know. I don't know about that. Because here's the thing. What would I use it for, really? I don't want to run my car a lot to run my laptop. I can't connect to the internet with my laptop. My phone does not have a Wi-Fi hotspot. It is so cheap, it doesn't have that. So I don't really know. Yeah. Excuse me. How I would use that. So I think I'm just gonna have to rent an office or co-working space once I get a job to be able to work on my laptop, which would be nice. And I will look into creative options on that. Maybe, I can put out my own ad saying, hey, can I rent someone's whatever? Does someone have an extra room just for an office I can use? Something like that. I don't know. Because, even renting an office or a co-working space can get expensive easily. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, and I wish people were taught better the benefits of, science and skeptical inquiry and all that. I mean, it'd be great. Oh my goodness, it would be great. We could be out of this pandemic by now. We could have support for everybody, medical care for everyone, housing for everyone, but no. We fundamentally believe that poverty is like a moral weakness and it should be given to people as punishment. So click like, everybody. Helps the video out, helps me survive, because YouTube is a job for me right now. So that's why I'm trying to keep going at this. It does help me a little bit each month. Wow, it jumped up to 18 likes. That's amazing. I got a live stream at night more. At daytime, I don't get as many viewers. And applied to I think 5 or 6 jobs tonight. Also, the phone has not cut out once. I don't know if it's the lower temperature that helps. Last week, Indeed told me I applied to 7 jobs on there. Plus, I applied to at least 2 or 3 on Craigslist. Maybe just 2. And tonight, I applied to 5 maybe. And at least I think 2 of them. Indeed said they usually get back to you the next day. Hey, that works for me. I'm still going through my dissociative disorder. It's still, I don't know why, I have nothing. It should be the easiest time for me to relax, but I'm still as stressed as ever, putting such pressure on myself to write, to get stuff done every day, which I guess is good, Thank goodness I have my health, as far as I know. I should get a physical at some point. I do kind of want to wait until I lose weight so the doctor's not trying to, push anything on me. And I do have Medi-Cal, which covers my health insurance in California. So, although if I get a job and if I have it and I keep it long enough to where I make more money a year than Medi-Cal will let me be covered for, then I would have to change that. So, I don't know. Should get doctor's appointment, a physical done, and an eye exam. I forget if Medi-Cal covers that. Whatever. If I get a job, I'll pay for an eye exam. I just got to get a new prescription of glasses. I should get it. But yeah. Need to work. Yeah, it's time to just do it. Oh man. Just get to work. Homeless slime. But I guess it's good that I'm putting pressure on myself. So once I get actual pressure, a job or something, I'm already dealing with it. I'm already putting such discipline on myself to get up early, to work out every day, to write, even though that writing is, I gotta loosen up. Have to loosen up. That is so important for me. I've just dissociated even now. Thinking about this stuff, saying it's freaky, it upsets me. Because it's painful when I get dissociated. I lose my sense of bearings on myself and my sense of reality. And also my sharpness for writing and for film. Yeah, and that one stimulus check, thank goodness it came right when I needed it. I always seem to get money at the last possible moment when I need it, but yeah, it's terrible that we have not gotten more help in that time. Now, supposedly, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are willing to make a deal with Trump very quickly. I don't know. I really don't know. We'll see. I really hope it comes because I could use that money, and fortunately for me, I got it direct deposit, so I got it right away. And yeah, if I can get it this time, hey, that'll save me, so quite a bit. Help me quite a bit. Yeah, media guy, that's true. I mean, obviously, this is not working. I can look around where I am now and see multiple people who are going to sleep in their cars. And that's just how it is. Did I say that in a weird Texas accent? I totally didn't mean to. It just kind of came out that way. Like, that's just how it is. Or it sounds like Elvis. But yeah, dissociating. But those dissociating flare ups, they always come and go. So, hoping this one is just the latest in a series of hundreds of them that will go away and will give me an effing break. 9:22. I should have been in bed 9 hours ago. Yeah, around these parts. We don't take kindly to live streamers around these parts. But yeah, still dissociating. That bothers me. But even if I wasn't dissociating, I'd still be stressed as hell. So just just gotta relax. Just gotta remember that I'm losing sight of basic things. Like relax. It's okay to write badly. I gotta keep writing though. And I know the story I'm writing now, it's getting better than the last version of it I tried, that I just kind of lost my way on. But I certainly have this weird taste in my mouth now that comes from being dissociated. I'm sure if I could eat a little better, that would help. I probably ate like 1,100 calories today. Just heard something loud. Again. Been hearing some fireworks lately, too. Heard some last night. Saw some. People fucking rev up their loud cars all hours of the night here. Doesn't bother me too much though. Noise. Here comes one. Fuck yeah, dude. Go down the driveway. Your modded Honda Civic. How fun can that? It's not that fun. To like drive like really quickly, rapidly through, narrow little streets where you cannot go that fast. It's not that exciting. It was fun once. I was in a friend's car in high school. Um, and he didn't go to my high school. I met him actually at a video game store. And it was actually my senior year. That was my first major bout of depersonalization, derealization. I didn't know what it was at the time. I was desperate to feel anything normal. I was out with him. It was so funny. I was in his car, and it was another friend. I think we came from a restaurant or something, and we were driving back to his house, I think. It was actually really cool. I remember that. He's a Vietnamese guy. I still know him. We haven't talked in a little while, but we still talk. And how cool it was to be at his house. And that was the first time I had spring rolls, like Vietnamese spring rolls, and I helped make them with the like kind of like membrane wrapping on it, not like the fried wrapping, but like the really loose thin kind. And it was so good with like duck sauce or something. I'm like I wanted to eat so many of them. I never had them before. But it was funny. Okay, the guy, I'm in his car. He pulls up next to the other friend as we're leaving this place, and it's funny. My friend, like like the driver of my car, he looks over at the other guy, like nods at him. They both gun it down there. They were speeding. That was pretty fun. So it was fun to have a little race. Yeah, rice paper, I guess. I don't know. It's the stretchy kind, like I don't know how to describe it. It's been a while since I had anything like that. Yeah. Tastes like freaking cardboard is in my mouth. My dissociative feelings. What kind of stuff am I writing? I don't want to get into it. It's not ready to be shared yet. And it's not fully realized, so I can't totally say what it is. Okay, yeah, maybe it was rice paper, but it was damn good. I never had that before in my life. And it was interesting too, and here's the shitty thing about Christianity, they were Buddhist. So it was cool for me just to experience like seeing, oh, this is a different way of life. And also, even though back then I was in name at least a Christian, I tried to be, even though now I realize I never really believed in it. It was cool for me to see like, oh, like not everyone has to be under this oppressive thing, even if it was subconscious for me thinking that. And seeing the Buddhist statue in his house, which I still think looks really cool. I never liked Christian art. I know there are plenty of atheists who love Christian art and stained glass. I despise it. To me, it's like disturbing and terrifying and alienating. To me, I like the Buddhist stuff, the browns, greens, reds. That stuff looks really cool. But it was cool to see the Buddhist statue, although I got kind of scared seeing it because I thought, oh no, I think it's cool, therefore I'm worshiping it. But yeah, anyways, it was cool seeing stuff like that, and I kept in touch with him over the years, even though he and his other friends, we all kind of got disconnected and busy, but I've still seen them once in a while and all that, and yeah, good people. But yeah, totally different time compared to now, and man, this dissociative feeling in my chest, it's hurting me, it sucks. I realize I gotta loosen up. I'm causing myself so much tension and stress. That's bad for the disorder. Loosen up. And then when I get tense, I get so distracted because I want to get away from my stress. When I went to Chinatown last year for a dinner with this homeless org, but run by Mark Horvath, runs Invisible People, which they just got like another, like, I don't know, like 250,000 views on YouTube or something for videos he did in Philadelphia. But he's a nice guy. He runs it. He gives out socks to homeless people and films their stories, and he gets millions of views filming their stories. I think he just hit like 750,000 subscribers. He was able to bring a bunch of homeless people to a Chinese dinner in Chinatown in LA. I almost couldn't go because that was like 2 or 3 weeks after my relapse. It was really painful. But I managed to go even though like I could not, like squeeze out a smile the whole time. It was really painful. And but walking by the shops around there, because I parked down the street to get to the Chinese restaurant, I saw places that had really cool Buddhist statues and stuff. I know it's so cliche for, Americans to get that, and I'm sure we're not understanding what it means and everything. But I'm like, hey, it just looks cool. It looks better than the shit we got. A guy tortured and nailed to a cross. Think about it. When I was young, I never truly could understand that as violence. Nailed to a cross as torture. Like, to me and to us as Christians, the cross was always like a good symbol. it was hard to think of it as just, no, this was a Roman execution method. There's nothing inherently holy or good about a cross. And I realized it more watching movies and seeing it kind of like about Jesus, separate from that. Not so much the boring ones, but like The Last Temptation of Christ, really, from Martin Scorsese. That made it clear, like, oh, we're watching this guy, we're following this story the whole movie, and now he's being whipped and tortured. Yeah, I hate that shit. Fuck that. And the creepy stained glass drawing, the saints and stuff, looking dead serious. Fuck you, man. The Buddha statue is a lot more fun. And it's just interesting to look at. I don't know, interesting style. And I like the architecture of, those like Shinto shrines and Buddhist statues and everything. Where do you live, media guy? You get callbacks, you just don't get interviews? Yeah, I don't really get those lately. Before the pandemic, I did get a few, invited to interviews, and I always didn't end up going because I'm like, screw it. I'd rather work film, and I managed to get by doing film, Massachusetts. But now it's like, there's obviously not much film work coming. It'd be great if there was. I'd be glad to do it. But gotta take some shit quick. I'm gonna lie down. Okay, just heard some explosion. It's gonna get dark in here quick because I really do want to lie down. I don't know if you'll want to put up with watching me with the windows blocked out. I'm not trying to be sleep deprived more than I need to. I guess that's fireworks. It's interesting sounding fireworks. I don't see them. But yeah, all stressed out. Gotta relax. Great feature of this car. The windows still roll up and down like a minute until I hear that click. Very slight. The windows still roll up and down for like 30 seconds or so after I take the key out of the ignition. I mean, assuming I've had the key on. No, turn to on position. Fuck. Like I said, it's gonna get dark in here. If I had food stamps this month, that sure would have helped a lot. I did have it for 6 months, so that was about $800 total. No, wait, 6 times 2, $1,200? $200 a month times 6. Yeah, although the first month I didn't realize how much money I had on there, so I only spent like $150 of the $200. That's how it goes in America. You lose your food stamps, shit out of luck. Go fuck yourself. There we go, nice and dark. And you can still see my profile. My silhouette, I mean. I can't believe I gained a few pounds after being so good and losing 20 pounds, but that's okay. Back on the wagon. and hopefully something pulls through for me quick. Um, I'm always tempted to turn down job offers, but really, if I get any offers for interviews tomorrow, I want to be like, okay, I'll go, I'll take it, and I'll give it my best. Even though my pants look like shit right now with all these holes in them. And I don't know if I want to show up at a warehouse job dressed in like a button-down shirt and black pants and dress shoes. Seems like overdressing for it. Maybe I would anyways, because seriously, these jeans, they're holding up well, Kenneth Cole, but are getting holes in them and they're dirty as hell. Walking in the freaking fields at the park. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. Helps keep the channel going. I'm going to get in my sleeping bag. My sleep sack. Yeah, my pants, they have an interesting smell after all these months without washing them. It's almost like fried chicken or something. And must never forget, when I get in my sleeping bag, put my water bottles in that I shower with by my feet so they warm up with my body heat. So they're slightly warm in the morning. It makes all the difference, though. Get the fuck up at 4:30 in the morning and go to the park and keep my head on a swivel for whatever weirdos are out there flipping out, trying to come up to me, run up to me, acting real sketchy. I really want to lose weight. I haven't felt like myself in quite a while, weight-wise. There's one water bottle. And the other one. These are big ones. They're not small, like 12-ounce bottles. Really important to have the sleeping bag stretched out all the way, or otherwise it's just not comfortable. Alright, I'm getting ready to sleep. Thanks, Color Sock. Yep. Well, with these new jobs I'm applying to, I guess I'll get something, so hey, I'll just be glad to be getting a steady paycheck. That'll make all the difference in the world for my ability to survive. I'm going to try and be disciplined about saving my money, not eating out all the time, still eating well, because I do really want to save it. I got to pay down my credit cards, and I'd like to save money in general, really just to be able to get screenwriting courses. There's still online screenwriting courses that I want to take and improve my screenwriting, and somehow, use my money towards either videos or films I'm going to make. Be nice to be able to fund my own movies. I don't expect to do that from a hourly job, but never know how that'll work out. So I'll be on for a few more minutes here. But yeah, it is just weird. Days like today, I pretty much only saw people when I went into Jack in the Box for my little bacon egg sandwich. should have told him no cheese, but that's okay. There was cheese on there, but the cheese is so cheap, the American cheese, I was able to literally pull the cheese completely out. It is like an alien substance in there. It does not adhere to the rest of the food, even though it was melted. Yeah, really not trying to put junk into my body lately. Even though I always mess that one up. But last 2 days have been good. And just pushing myself even more on the workouts, get out another few sets, another few reps after I think I'm worn out. I don't care about gaining muscle or any of that stuff now. It's just about, you know, maintaining my body and really just I like the mentally how it feels. But yeah, I'm having weird dissociative feelings. I gotta relax, even though it's scary, and I always put such pressure on myself to write, but it's sabotaging me. I gotta relax more to write, and I want to read Carl Sagan's book. What a life to think. But I don't know what I would have done if I was still back in Virginia working at that bar, because I would have been out of a job there. And once the shutdown hit, I don't know what I would have done about rent. I lived with the landlord. That's pretty awkward. So, being in LA is the best thing for me. Granted, I had to get sort of lucky a few times, meaning that car crash could have easily been a lot worse for me. Thank goodness I had no, you know, that I'm aware of at least, major injury or permanent injuries, except for maybe a little bit in my ribs, like a little sort of, I don't know, I can still feel it's like a scarring or something. But at least I wasn't like, didn't have any broken bones from that, I'll say that. It's just surreal thinking, man, my life was so different back in Virginia. I never thought I'd be doing stuff like this in LA. And now with the pandemic, it's just even more surreal. And then the additional relapse, which, what can I do except try and get back on the horse and get things back to normal, I hope. It's getting there. It takes fucking forever. Man, it takes so long. But at least here the jobs pay more too. Because I don't know what the minimum wage in Virginia, but federal minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. A lot of jobs in Virginia just pay like $9 an hour or $10 an hour. California, it's $15 an hour for minimum wage, so that's really great about this area, this state. And I have the free health insurance, although once I make a certain amount in a year, then I would get off that health insurance and I would have to pay for something that's incredibly crappy. So um, that would be a while off, but we'll see. What's that mean? $20 a minute in Australia? What? $20 an hour minimum wage? What? I don't get it. I guess what that means. Click like, everybody. Helps the video out. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. I got a bunch of viewers. I should do these more at night. Even though I would have liked to have been asleep an hour and a half ago, I'm doing this for you all. Yeah, I just feel tense all over my body, and it's from my disorder. It's not even just from anxiety in general. Oh, $20 a pack of smokes here for a pack of 20s? Well, what the hell did that have to do with anything? That came out of nowhere. You can't just be like $20 min in Australia if we're not even talking about cigarettes. I I ate so little today, I didn't even think to brush my teeth a second time. Normally my teeth, I feel they're dirty enough to where I'll brush them again. I might do it after the live stream anyways, because I don't like to go to sleep without brushing. But I ate such little food, I haven't felt the need to brush, although I am getting tired, so who knows. But no, I should do it because um, when I wake up, even if I brush well, if I didn't brush the night before, it still doesn't feel that clean. Yeah, well, obviously I'm able to pay for gas and insurance, cell phone bill, food, but it's getting tough. Money's running low, and um, you know, things add up quickly, and I'm going to need an oil change soon, which I'm going to delay a little on, which is not a big deal, but um, definitely I'm hoping this week to get a job. If not, maybe I will just apply to Amazon and say, screw it, I need the work badly. Even if I just take a month's pay with however many hours I get, I don't even think I'd get full-time hours, but which is fine. I mean, I'm not trying to work all that much there, but even if I make a few $100s a month, that covers me. Just barely. Doesn't mean I'll be doing well, but it'll at least mean, okay, I can pay my credit card and cell phone and all that. But yeah, it's just getting to the point where I need to make more money quickly. I hope it's not Amazon and that one of these other places get back to me, including one or two. Indeed said that they typically reply a day later after applying. So I'm hoping I hear from someone even tomorrow, and I'll just be like, screw it, I'll go for it. I'm sure I'll grow into the experience. Biggest thing now, I just hope I recover fully from my dissociative disorder. I'm still having flare-ups of symptoms. Try not to get it at a fresh warehouse. Yeah, I don't want to work overnight either because oh, at a fresh. Oh, okay, in freezers. I don't know. I don't know if I'd worry about that so much, but yeah, sure. But yeah, I don't want to work overnight because it's just hard to sleep during the day in my car. Really hard. All right. Well, I am getting tired, everyone. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go. Bye.